Gov. Okay, now if you guys don't know, his lawyers went up in court with some really wild things for his sentencing hearing. They said K Flock was retarded. Yes, retarded. Okay. They said K Flock has a learning disability, and because of his intellectual disability, you can't give him this guy the max amount of time. Now, granted, they never pled insanity. They never said this guy doesn't have enough wits to be able to obey the law. However, when it came time for sentencing, they rejected all of the claims that the prosecution was trying to put forth to say, hey, when it comes to sentencing this guy, we have to think about him as a leader of a gang. He just wasn't a regular member. He was a leader, not only because he had some money, he had some fame, but he was calling the shots. I told you before, they were getting on, they brought up in court, K Flock, C Blue. They said, and by the way, I thought C Blue was like that, but they said K Flock was bullying him to go and slide. You know, according to the government, K Flock belittled those of Sevside DOA members who he viewed as not contributing to the gang. You on Instagram fucking all the bitches, you throwing up the shit, you saying whatever gang we in, but you not doing no shootings. And K Flock is really one of the last of the dying breed. You know, he was more about spinning and drilling and scoring in gang terms more than just doing it for the gram. He's never been a guy to do it for the gram. I'll even give you this as proof. K Flock warned us. K Flock, Rolling Loud interview. He basically told us, I am not Young Thug and them niggas. I am not a rapper. He did say Young Thug name, but I'm just using him as an example. Because when he was questioned, and you know, obviously me, I have an affinity for K Flock's music. If you don't know, I posted on my Twitter the most listened to artists. And I'm not gonna lie to you, K Flock was one of my most listened to artists. I forgot if it was on Spotify or YouTube. Let me just go down. I'll be able to see. Let's go. I've been tweeting a lot, huh? Okay, come on. Let's go. Let's find it. Y'all. Let's find it. We're gonna find it. Hold up. What's my Wrapped? It's my Spotify Wrapped. Damn, I didn't know Twitter had this much ads. What the hell? Hold on. I'm gonna find it. Okay, here we go. Bango. Okay. Here we go. My top artist. Well, actually, no, he wasn't in my top artists. No, but he was in my top albums. So in my top albums, he was the second most listened to album by me. The DOA tape by K Flock after Music by Cardi. Okay? Now, I remember this interview, and this is when K Flock was buzzing. And this told me everything I need to know about him. And this is when, you know, when we talk about rappers versus street niggas, you know, again, I know a lot of people, I like his music, but K Flock wasn't really meant to be a rapper. This was just a street nigga who happened to have a hit. And he told us himself, look.
It's gonna come. We got a good Christmas gift for y'all.
Here we
go. Thanksgiving, whole lot.
Shit like that.
Crazy, man. So what's been your favorite part about this whole, this process of being an artist right now?
So, shout out to my guy, I forgot his name, but shout out to him. He's asking K Flock. This is when they did Rolling Loud. Rolling Loud came to New York. They said, what's your favorite part of being an artist, K Flock? By the way, keep in mind, every day K Flock will wake up on some King Von shit. You know, they said King Von would get up, put on his backpack, act like he was going to school, but he was really going to stalk the ops to try to kill one of them. Well, K Flock, his motivation every day was to chase his ops to try to kill them. Like, he wasn't trying to chase a hit. He wasn't trying to go to the studio. He was just trying to murder people, okay? Let's be honest, right? We could call a spade a spade.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a pin.
Here we go.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Nah, and the exploring too, though.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like, experience more. Feel me and other people, feel me? Mm-hmm. Like, that's how you get to know more shit, like, you know?
Yeah.
Experience more shit.
Any plans?
I don't know, it feel good, like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I feel more open, like. I feel like.
You feel like it's...
Like, you know what it is? Cause like,
Talking to me.
you know what it is? Cause like, I used to always think though, like, to myself, like, feel me? Like, I was always in juvenile, feel me? So I used to always think like, like, how the fuck I'm gonna make it before 18? Like,
hell yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, like, I see my son TJ do it.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like, yeah. My son then came I was on a home pass. My son came, made his first track, resume, showed me it. Next week, my son went viral. Feel me? Like,
Hold up.
I'm outside. I thought I was gonna
Here we
rapper,
go.
Like,
No, Kizzy.
like, that was never me.
So
Here we go.
Viral. I mean, like, this shit happened,
This is right.
so, like, I'm looking like I never thought I'd become a rapper though. Like, you got
No bad.
love, though. Like, I'm not a rapper. Like,
No,
I never,
Kizzy.
like, that was never me.
So what did you guys envision?
I'm not a rapper. He's right. Them other niggas is like looking up words that rhymes. The only thing he could find that rhymes quickly is the ops that he's clapping.
You were gonna do before rapping?
It said, what did you imagine you were going to do before rapping, K-Flock? And by the way, I'm telling you, there's still some of those guys still out there that they happen to pop off, but they're not rappers. They're just they're actually shooters and killers that just happen to make a song that works. Listen to this answer. If it wasn't rapping, what do you thought you was going to do?
You got
No bad.
love, though. Like, I'm not a rapper. Like,
No, Kizzy.
like, that was never me.
So what did you guys envision you were gonna do before rapping?
I
ain't gonna
I
lie.
thought I was gonna run it.
Running up off the street shit. That's how we think.
I'm outside. I thought I was gonna run a mill outside.
We ain't know life was serious. Like, we played around trying to just make money, regular shit.
Like they always say, it be the niggas that don't even be trying to really make it.
Bro,
Yeah.
for real, I didn't even try to be up here. It just happened.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, his name
like,
is Hakeem, I think.
I didn't go
yeah.
to school for this.
Feel me, like it's niggas that really that's nice that been rapping for years that still ain't making.
And that's a fact.
They can't even fathom or get to where you're at. There's people 10
That's why
plus
it's a
years
blessing.
in.
For
and-
me, that's why I'm glad to be where I'm at, cause
That's a fact.
I could open doors for other people.
yeah.
Like my son want bills getting noticed.
Yeah, he in the cut. Want Billy you the Udo.
Like if I fuck with you, for me like on some real nigga shit, like I ain't gonna lie, it's too much money in here not to share. You heard like
Yeah.
That's a
not
fact.
to be posting your man's music to get noticed by a label. Like I ain't gonna lie,
Real shit.
you gonna run up mills out of these niggas. You heard?
Mhm.
Like, every nigga, everybody from my block that rap. Like, every nigga I know, I fuck with that rap.
Yeah.
Support them all that.
So, and how did you two meet, B-Love? How did you two meet each other and everything?
My son, I was playing with it. I was telling my love like, nah, I gotta hop on the track. My son like, nah, you gotta start playing with it. Cali,
I've been to LA before.
Cali?
Yeah.
Where-
over there in a private jet.
That's amazing.
Turbo.
My little baby and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, type of shit he rap about for me and shit.
Hello, New Jersey up today.
Okay, listen to this.
Song right now with him.
Hell yeah, like he talented, so you feel me? I'ma work with him. Like for me, our first shit together went off, so you feel me? That's the first of the first. Imagine the rest of them shit, so you feel me? We gonna work. For me,
Yo, what's going on in his head is straight murder, beef, and violence.
always make it work.
And you know, I know you guys just shot the video and everything.
Yeah.
What was that like? I saw y'all hit out the SOS, Need Bad Bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man.
Yeah.
How did that go and everything? When could we possibly see that?
This week, for sure. Before this weekend, for sure. It's gonna be out. A couple more days.
Man, I'm really happy for you guys. When I first got to New York a couple months ago, I was trying to do the interview with you guys.
Okay.
20.
Wow.
I ain't gonna lie, word.
Yeah.
Like, before I drop, is you ready? No more than 10.
Yeah.
How does your guys' like family feel about this? Your parents?
I ain't gonna lie, this shit made my mom proud of this.
Now, there's more interviews, but I'm gonna give you the gist of it. K-Flock, from he got in the game, he kept saying, I am not a rapper. Enjoy me while you can, because this is not my passion. And after I started really like looking into him, I could tell music wasn't his passion. His passion was probably chasing ops, killing, gangster shit, like robbing niggas, taking chains, like beating niggas up. You know what I mean? Poking niggas up, paws. Like, yeah, that's what's his passion. This shit was just ancillary. I could tell, like, he would just sit there, like, you could tell he thinking about a drill. You feel what I'm saying? Anyway, there's another guy, C Blue. And this is a guy who, I think he, like, accidentally shot a cop. A cop, like, ran down on him. He had a gun, and I think he was trying to, like, throw it or something, but, like, he accidentally shot the cop. I don't know what happened. But they said that this is, by the way, keep in mind, K-Flock is famous at this time. They said K-Flock is bullying this nigga that he needs to go slide. He said, if you're not doing those shootings or getting any type of money, what the fuck are you around me for? Keep in mind, chat, there's nothing that he's saying if you're not making a hit song, if you're not going to the studio. He said, if you're not doing no shootings or getting money, why are you here? Jesus. Okay? The defendant sent a barrage of text messages to C Blue criticizing him for not coming outside to do shit until 2021 and not having no hits. And he wasn't talking about songs. He was talking about killing niggas. K-Flock is a goddamn menace. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I mean? Now, in the hearing today, they were trying to say he could not be a gang leader because he has an intellectual disability. Okay? The judge actually rejected that and basically said the leniency that was requested, he's not going to go for it. And he said the life of the streets seems to be all you've ever known. He said that's sad and that's tragic. Okay? Your crimes were extremely aggravated. You show callous disregard for life. You taunted, celebrated, and helped create a culture of violence. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think K-Flock was a King Von of New York City. I've played these clips a million times. He would drive in his ops territory.
Take a left and go through this.
They know somebody over here, bro. Real shit.
Impatient.
Bro, where y'all niggas at, bro? Where y'all Lori Law niggas at? Y'all niggas pissing on my son, Goon Ward, nigga. Y'all niggas is bugging, nigga. Where am I dead, nigga? Y'all niggas is bugging, nigga.
Hustle.
Nah, nigga, they need to come on this live, though. What up?
He wanted to schedule the murder. Yo, get on the slab that I could kill y'all. Get on the slab, tell me where you at, and we're on the way. I'm already in the V.
Bro, me and my son, see, I just changed. Dog, he saw me hop out. He said, huh, nothing, nigga. Get that ass over here. I ain't gonna lie, he took light. He got scared. I said, boom that shit.
All right, look.
He started running right to the cops.
Now, if you thought he was just pretending, he wasn't.
Yeah, my nigga, when the cops is here.
Nah, what about I feel like he panicked and climbed that shit. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not feeling it.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, chat. You're on a drill, but you're in New York City, and you're stuck in traffic. Adrenaline is pumping. You might be off a perk, but you're stuck in traffic going 0.3 miles per hour. Not Kevin Perez, a.k.a. K-Flock. That's a demon. He ain't waiting in traffic when he got to go catch his ops. Watch this.
I'm not feeling it. I ain't gonna lie. You wanna check?
Nah, real shit.
Nah, hold on. Stay right here.
Yeah, y'all stay in traffic. I'm going to go walk. I'm going to go run down the block and see if I see somebody, okay?
Oh, niggas think. Nah.
Yo, he took us on drills with him. I'm not going to lie to you. He took us on drills with him.
Bro, I'm telling you, cut through here.
Look.
Who's under the car? No, this is car. My dead niggas violated y'all kid dudes. Ain't had citizen live on y'all block. Just recently. You still ain't do nothing to my block, nigga. Suck my dick.
Oh, shit.
See me and take off. He said, well, get chased. You never low store.
Watch.
Hey, what am I, mother? She said, reason we out.
Now, that's not even my favorite video. That's not my favorite video. You want to hear my favorite video? This is my favorite video right here. Is it this? Look. Hey, chat, remember that? I don't know if y'all watched me on Kick when I did the gambling stream. And it would say, yo, when you see people dressed a certain way, you walk across the street, and then somebody says it's racist. If y'all seen this nigga, are y'all going to stay on the same side of the street? Look.
Look at this long shit.
Okay, so he's hunting. Not going to lie. He was definitely a guy who loved to hunt. Here we go. There's another one, too. Here we go. Post it up. He went on FaceTime and he told him, yo, I got something for y'all. Yeah. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Look, one time he hopped out the car because it's New York City. You can't catch an op in traffic. You got to get on feet, okay?
Hey, what's gunning? Oh, why? What? Oh, why? I slapped the shit out you, nigga. Tell them 800 niggas I said suck my dick, you heard? Hey, yo, you heard? Tell them 800 niggas I said suck my dick. Don't run. Don't run. Go. Yo, hit him with the whip. Hey, what's gunning, nigga? Hey, what's gunning?
Watch did it.
So he hopped out. To make a long story short, he hopped out, chased that nigga. Not gonna lie, man. This guy was living a dream. K-Flock. There's mad videos. K-Flock chasing ops. This was like a dream.
He right there. Where? He right there. Don't run, nigga.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I consulted with New York Drill Official. Shout out to that page, by the way. They said K-Flock had the fastest 40 time. He was running out on every op. The nigga was running a 3.9 40-yard dash, chasing the ops. They could be a block away. He's catching them, doing it to him, doing him bad. This guy's a legend. This nigga was doing the Hood Olympics. Back flipping over fences. This nigga was like, he's going down the railing, down the subway. Like, this nigga was like doing triple somersaults. This guy was acrobatic. And he would do it while he got like 2-3 Glocks on him in like 15 clips. This guy was a legend. Legend. His ops right now, they're like happy he's out of here. They're like, 30 years. Oh my God, give him 10 more. K-Flock had the entire streets of New York not safe for whoever he was beefing with. I don't even know who he was beefing with. But I've never seen somebody chase him. He was chasing everybody. It was pretty devious. He would go live with his ops. Look.
Gotta do nothing to my block. Gotta do nothing to my block.
Why the fuck are you home right now? Come outside, let's play basketball.
I'm not home. I'm not even in my house.
I know you in Jersey or something, right?
Why you getting mad though?
You said
Look.
Calm
Why
down.
the fuck you looking around? Smoke that blunt.
You know with this blood.
Nah,
Wow.
you know what's the next blunt though.
Damn. He's telling them that one of your dead homies is in the blunt. God damn.
Yeah, you soon be in my blunt, nigga.
You know it's coming.
He said, look, look, though, bitch. He said, word of my mother, I would never lie. I done shot niggas who ain't get back. Word of like real shit though, like word of bro.
Yo, listen to this. Every time Bert spin, niggas always running track. Niggas never got back for none of that shit.
I ain't gonna lie, these guys having a poetry contest on here. This is kind of cool. Except they actually were killing people, but that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Now this guy was devious. This guy was a legend. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's a King Von and Lil Jeff in New York.
Whole clubhouse hurt.
Everything.
What?
Rat ass nigga. Rat.
You never did nothing to me. You never even, bro. That was my first time seeing
Bro,
you.
you're a cat. You never did nothing to me though. Really though. Never did nothing to me.
I really did shit to Dougie though. What about my mother?
You real like.
Nasty. I had you run Rick every time.
Dougie J. Word up, bro. Word
I mean,
to
Nasty
Matt.
run
Dougie
every
ran for
trip.
me and D Gunner. Word on Matt. Dougie ran for
Nasty,
me
shut
and
up.
D
You
Gunner.
run every trip for me.
Cool.
Nasty. You know what happened.
Why
to
niggas
you.
don't?
You know what
Why
happened.
niggas
To
don't
you.
trip to the block now?
Your back is fucked up.
You guys some bullshit.
You ain't do nothing.
Mark is dead, man. A bunch of y'all niggas
You
is
thought
dead
you
right
died
now.
that day.
Dead.
You thought you died that day. You got hit in your back. Dumbass nigga.
JB got shot in his face. Being stupid.
Who?
Who?
I ain't gonna lie. This is some demonic shit. Anyway, let's get back to it. So what the judge is saying. His jury actually convicted him. Now, here's the thing. There's a silver lining in this whole thing. So K-Flock was convicted of RICO and conspiracy, right? So, RICO is pretty much conspiracy. It's just a organization type of conspiracy charge. And he was charged with the murder of someone named Huáscar Hernandez. The story goes this, and it's like a folk legend. The guy walks up to, like, K-Flock's walking with his two sisters or something like that, and the dude was in a barbershop. He notices K-Flock because K-Flock had some, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, for a killer, K-Flock had the best drip. He had sneakers that never came out. He was always in some exclusive jeans. He always got the Montclair on. Like, yo, he was always like, he was a denim demon. Like, he was like, this guy was a designer savage, a designer demon. And basically, somebody who was his op was in a barbershop, seen him walking with two girls. They came out because they had their gun on him. They walked up to him like, yo, what's popping? Yo, what's good? Da, da, da. Now, this is how the urban legend goes. K-Flock realizes that he's with two women. The dude kind of got the ups on him because the guy got his gun out, kind of. And K-Flock said, all right, nah, you got it, whatever. And apparently, as soon as the dude, like, yo, I bet, I thought so, turns around, K-Flock takes his gun out, bow, 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 kills him. That's what happened. That's what they said happened, bro. And just, I'm not trying to highlight that story, but I just want to talk how legally that plays out. New York City, there's no self-defense laws when it comes to weapons, right? It's not a stand your ground state. You always have the duty to retreat if you can. And ultimately, it was going to become a big question of, so in places like New York and New Jersey, and really most places except Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania on some shit like you start some shit, don't start no shit, won't be no shit, which means once you start it, the nigga who you started with could put your ass right in the fucking ground. Same with Atlanta or Georgia, same with Florida and all those places that got stand your ground. But when you come to places like New York, New Jersey, because they don't like guns, they don't really have those type of laws that would support you being able to handle your candle when a nigga try to play with you and you might have a weapon. So essentially, the whole case with K-Flock, and he was charged for murder, was, are you going to convict him of murder if somebody pulls a gun on him and is threatening to kill him, and the guy basically says, oh, all right, you got it, and kind of turns around and you have a gun and you kill him? Now, remember, the letter of the law says as soon as he's not a threat, like, for example, in New York, New Jersey, somebody breaks into your house and they're robbing all your shit. As soon as they grab all your shit, it could be all your earthly possessions, and they're running to the door, if you then grab your gun, you can't shoot them in the back. Why? They're quote unquote not a threat to you. So it's kind of odd, like in places in the Northeast, you could only use self-defense if your life is in imminent danger, which means K-Flock would have to have pulled his gun out and killed the guy while the guy has the gun pointed at him. Because how the law perceives it, once the guy puts his gun away and turns his back, he's no longer a threat. But come on, who's going to think like that? Now, the jury agreed with K-Flock. They didn't convict him of murder. They did not convict K-Flock of murder, which kind of shows that even though New York is in a place that supports some of these self-defense laws, people have common sense. If a nigga pulls out a gun on you and you back your gun out and smoke his ass, don't start no shit, won't be no shit. And I think they're going to have to reevaluate that rule at some point, even though it's way more complicated, because you don't want to sanction people doing self-defense, because you know what people are going to do? They're going to bring illegal guns with them. And let's say they killed someone in self-defense with an illegal gun. You can't charge them for murder. The only thing they got to think about is 3 years in prison because of the illegal gun, which then people are going to clown you for that. So that's why they don't really have rigorous stand your ground or self-defense laws in New York. It's because they don't want people with guns, right? Because think about it. Everybody knows the saying. You rather be you rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. So if you know that you're not going around to shoot people and kill them and prey upon people, but you're a gangster that's in that lifestyle, wouldn't you have a gun on you? Yes, if you get caught by the cops, you might go do 3 years. But if you smoke somebody because they try to kill you, you would be legal in doing it. You would risk that 3 years every time, right? So that's why they don't have those laws. So they basically charged him with murder, even though, a lot of people felt it was self-defense. But a jury said, nah, that's not murder. However, he got convicted on 2 other things, which one was the RICO charge for all of his other gang-affiliated shootings and actions, okay? Now, let me see. I'm going to read out what they convicted him of in a second. But yeah, we're at the sentencing, and they said, hey, listen, they're saying that he played a role in a gang-fueled Bronx shooting spree from 2020 to 2022, okay? And they did include the guy that he killed, but they didn't charge, they did charge him for the murder, but he beat that. So they just basically said that the violence that occurred stemmed from the gang violence, and that's part of the RICO. So that's why they trumped up his conviction. They didn't convict him of murder, but they convicted him of violence that resulted in death, which is kind of like a loophole, because they couldn't convict him of murder because a jury was smart enough to say, yeah, he shouldn't have had a gun, but if a nigga pulls a gun on you and you pull your gun and kill them, we're not going to send that guy for jail for that, right? Anyway, cool. The prosecution had a star witness, which was one of the members of his crew. This is why when you hear him talk about either Young Thug or Gunna, and he does put a post from time to time, he's always really he hates quote unquote rats because somebody in his own crew actually told on him, and subsequently helped send him to jail or prison actually for 30 years. Okay, now keep in mind this was a federal case. And it says the feds blasted the argument that Flock's transparent attempt to deflect responsibility in any way he can. They said he's the one leading the charge on the street, not the other way around. So they're saying that he can't present the story like, oh, I was just around the bad crowd and they were telling me what to do. They're saying we have multiple videos of you telling people, no, let's go meet up with them. Let's go kill them. Let me out the car, right? Over the course of less than 18 months, him and his gang members engaged in a campaign of violence, deepening existing gang rivalries and instigating new feuds where none had previously existed. Dozens of people who were shot, injured, even killed during a short period of time due to increased gang violence whipped up in large part by K-Flock. He was actually convicted of racketeering, conspiracy, and serious weapons offenses. Okay, so he got the RICO, and he got serious weapons and so he got gun charges and assault charges, which I think was aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which means he shot somebody. But he was acquitted, as I said, of the murder after his attorneys argued that the December 16th shooting of Huascar Hernandez outside the thing was actually self-defense. So even though there's no self-defense laws, a jury actually went with it, which means they were reasonable people, right? Like, yeah, he could be guilty of other shit, but we believe that if a citizen, even if they shouldn't have a gun, if someone pulled a gun on them and they did have a gun illegally or legally, if they defended themselves by killing that person, that's not murder, right? Cool. All right. He was wearing a gray suit and he was in handcuffs and shackles. He was 18 at the time of the shooting, so he threw away his life pretty early. He said on Tuesday that he has gained a new perspective in life. So he spoke to the court. He said he gained a new perspective in life. And he says, who I was at 18 is now who I am today. By the way, he got locked up, I believe, in 2021. He spent close to 4.5 years in jail. And, that's the point, right? So he's been locked up for 4.5 years or 4 years or so. So I started helping my family financially at 12. I was just a kid. I didn't know better. I found God. I felt I needed to go through the darkness to find the light. But just a few months ago, Flock had appeared unapologetic when celebrating his mixed verdict on social media. He boasted in an Instagram post, I beat the top count, which was murder. He said, I made the judge cry. Now he not forced to give me life. If he was convicted of murder with the RICO charge, he would get automatic life. They weren't seeking a death penalty, so it'd be automatic life. And they said, he then continued on Instagram. He said, never fold and never will. And then he says, kill all rats, which the prosecutors called a unmistakable shot at the Fed's witness who testified against him. So the facts demonstrate that the defendant has not meaningfully changed, the prosecutors wrote to the judge. Now, Kevin Perez, Department of Justice, and this is where his sentencing, we're going to go off this until I see the final court documents. They're saying 30 years. Now, why the mistake or why people are a little bit confused? So I'll edit my post to kind of match the 30 years. The judge said 30 years or 300 months. Now, 300 months is 25 years. 30 years is, I could do the math real quick. It's 2 extra years times 5. That would be, am I tripping? That would be 310 months, I believe. No, not 310. Jesus Christ, I'm an idiot. All right, let me just use my calculator. Fuck. $30 years would be, my bad. Never mind. 360 would be 360. Sorry, so it'd be 360 months. But the judge, and I think it was an error. The judge had said 300 months. Then he said 30 years, and that's not the equivalent. So I think most outlets reported the less of what that would be, which 300 months is 25 years. But it appears that on the Department of Justice website and this is the prosecutor's office, the Department of Justice. They're saying he was sentenced to 30 years, so it's not 300 months, it's 360 months, okay? So it looked like Kevin Perez is going to be sentenced to 360 months in federal prison. Now, let me tell you how this works. He's already spent about 5 years, right? Now, just off the calculator, if you want to know, and he hasn't gotten ingested yet into the Bureau of Prisons, which handles federal inmates, which we don't know a release date, but we could kind of guess one right now. He's been locked up for 4 to 5. Let's give him 5 years. 360 months times 85%. So let's imagine he's going to be a good boy. Pause. That's going to be 306 months he has to serve, which is 25 years and 6 months. He's already served around 5 years. So let's be generous and minus 60 months. Right? So 60 months, that would be about 246. We could kind of round it up to 250 months. And that would be in terms of years, 250 divided by 12. 250 divided by 12. He got 20 years. So a decent release date for him would be 2045. Okay? So that's a realistic release date. 2045, K-Flock probably will be home. Okay? Now, if there's more, they're going to do appeals, and if there's other programs or whatever, he could get out less than that time, but 2045 seems to be the time he's going to get out. Now, keep in mind, let's look at his age. How old is K-Flock? K-Flock is currently 22 years of age. In 20 years, he's going to be 42. Respectfully, he's younger than a lot of people in rap. He did a whole bunch of shit in the streets. Niggas died. He killed the nigga. So to say, I know people, it's hard to fathom right now him getting out at 2045, which is 20 years from now, but he's going to get out and probably be in his early 40s. And him getting out in his early 40s for all the mayhem and carnage that he was kind of involved with, he probably has to look at that to say, it just is what it is. You got to accept that with the lifestyle you were living. And I get it. He definitely said he was young. He didn't know better. He found God. He has a new perspective on life. I get all that. But again, this shit there's a lot of people that got shot. A lot. Okay? And that gang violence affected a lot of people's lives. So it is what it is. So we'll see K-Flock when he's around 42 years of age. And I love his music. It's a very interesting thing as a fan because you want to have that fine line where you have someone like King Von where you could tell when an artist's music is more than just them rapping and it's almost damn near believable, but you want them to be about it but not necessarily throw their lives away or actively do it. But if they're so far detached from it and they're just rhyming words, you're like, oh, you're fake. We don't fuck with it. A lot of the allure of his music and King Von music is because fans knew it was somewhat close to reality. Unfortunately, the reality that comes with that, you get people in the casket or you get people in jail if they don't play that role very, very meticulously and avoid things that would actually send them to jail or doing the ultimate crash out, which is dying. Okay? Anyway. So that's going on, and we'll see. K-Flock, we rock with you over here, and hold your head, brother. Also, to the family of the people who were shot and killed, we don't forget you as well, okay? Because I know a lot of times in hip-hop, we seem to just, celebrate the killer, not realizing there's families of people who died that why the person that we probably like is in jail, right? Okay, now let's go over here to one of our favorite topics. We got Hustle Hard Mayo, who, let me tell y'all, chat, ever since 50 jumped in a conversation last night, Mayo seems to be lactose intolerant. He seems to be, he's a new man. He wants no more smoke. He's not keeping the same energy. He's not talking out the side of his mouth. He's not tough. He's not belligerent. He's not calling people pussy, bitches. Like, he has almost, and it's one of the few times I've ever seen a 360 where I've seen supposedly the tough guy now starting to come across and start to resemble damn near me. He sounds like me, right? You know, here's my demeanor. My demeanor was, Mayo, I thought we was joking. His demeanor was a little bit more aggressive, like, yo, what's up, right? Now, it's always funny watching the tough guy meet a tougher guy. And when 50 now spoke to him in a very disrespectful way, right, he took my approach. Man, why are you mad? Why are you mad at this? I thought this was light commentary. By the way, everybody called me pussy for that, even though I've never said I was a street nigga in the first place. I thought me and Mayo was having a roast battle till Mayo started bringing up things. And just to let you know, everybody knows if you start bringing up things that, you know, comment on somebody's weight, whatever. Comment on somebody's dress, how they dress, whatever. Mayo started going super personal, which usually if you say that to anyone, it goes off the internet. He went there with me. But of course he would go there with me because he's saying, well, I can't just go see me and punch me in the face or do something to me. So I looked at that. That's kind of feeling like you're that tough. You could just get off or whatever. Cool. Now, I get it. And I told you this before when this all started. I said, you know, Mayo's one of those guys that, and I'm predicting this now, Mayo is going to be the Taxstone, the new version of Taxstone. He's a low IQ individual that when his jokes or his lack of intellect doesn't work, he's a person to go to the fist, violence, or to the gun. And trust me, niggas like you, usually smarter podcasts and other people, prey upon your lack of intelligence that you get sent to the penitentiary. Taxstone right now thinking he's doing a fire podcast in a chow hall.
So Dr. Umar Johnson is allegedly broke, or he doesn't have access to his bank accounts. Do we really know what's going on? Not really. But allegedly, the king of Pan-Africanism, or whatever he calls it, is broke. Feel me? Hopefully some black people could come together and, you feel me, get Dr. Umar Johnson. You know what I always wondered? What is Dr. Umar Johnson a doctor of? Like, is he a doctor of being black? But, hey, man. If you mess with Dr. Umar Johnson and the message he pushes, like, comment, subscribe, and see how everything goes. It's your boy Big X News, though. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I am out.